Discover why educational leaders are signing the Standards First pledge to make open standards the cornerstone of their digital learning ecosystem, and why you should too. Why are open standards important?
I think open standards allow teachers and students to get to the instruction a whole lot quicker or faster. Students don't have to remember 14 different passwords. Teachers aren't spending time trying to manually enter students into whatever application that we have.
Now, I've always believed that it is a moral imperative to ensure that students are engaging with rigorous curricular resources. And the truth of the matter is, without open source technical standards, the road to the development of this digital curriculum would have been much longer, which means longer for students to access quality curriculum that positions them for success, and longer roads are not acceptable when it comes to our students' learning. Open standards have allowed us to expedite that process to deliver a quality curriculum that our students in our schools desperately need.
The reliability of an assessment really hinges on a child's ability to access the test content, right? So if you don't have the full array of accessibility options that come with the open standards, then you're going to have kids that can't access the material. And that's going to create a problem on the validity side of the assessment.
What message does signing the Standards First pledge send to your EdTech suppliers?
The message that we send when we sign the Standards First pledge is that when we sit down at the table and talk to vendors about an application that we want to stand up, it sends a message that after we ask the question, are you IMS Global certified? And if the answer is yes, I have peace of mind at that point that I'm going to save cycles and I'm going to save money.
Signing the pledge for us in Chicago is really sending a message to all of our partners, both current and future, that in order to support our equity goals, we must operate in an efficient and flexible manner. And open source standards are one mechanism for achieving that efficiency and flexibility that enables data-driven continuous improvement. And that is why we signed the pledge.
We need, suppliers to have processes in place that work for us. We have a lot of special interest groups constantly reviewing our work and monitoring our progress. So, when you sign a Standards First pledge, we have a certain level of assurance that you're committed to not just conformance with the standards, but actual certification.
What would you tell your peer institutions
about the Standards First pledge? Is listen, as a community, we can hold vendors responsible and accountable for the applications that they're trying to sell us. Many times we've purchased applications in the past and vendors have said that they were IMS Global certified and we found out that they weren't. Signing this pledge forces vendors to be accountable to us, the educators, to do the job that we've been hired to do, which is to educate students.
I would tell peer institutions that this work is intentional, it's strategic, and we have to eliminate barriers to student success. And the Standards First pledge helps us to do that and keep our main priorities front and center.
What we want in Maryland is not a vendor lock-in situation where we can't move from one vendor to the next when things happen. We want to be able to take our content, move it from one vendor to the next vendor with relative ease. And we can't do that without open standards.